When I was young, perhaps 25, 30 years ago, somebody brought me to the Capilano River hatchery in North Vancouver, where I could see salmon jumping over the fish ladder and attempting to spawn. The first time in my life I saw salmon, and it was pretty impressive, but that's not my salmon story. It was a bit unreal to see these fish behind the steel and concrete and glass, impressive as they were. It was a bit later in life, when I was in high school. I was taken on a field trip by the community advisor then with Department of Fisheries and Oceans and my high school teacher. We walked down Laurentian Creek in Coquitlam, and we could hear them before we saw them, but walking around a corner and seeing the very large salmon spawning in our little tiny creek that flows in beside our school, behind our homes, with their backs to the water, trying to lay eggs right there. And all around, all you could see was industry. You could see there's a paint shop and a cement plant and a dry cleaning plant. And despite all the impact we've had, these fish had still struggled through, made it back to spawn. This little creek right in our backyard, a creek that we didn't really even know had salmon. And that was when it hit home for me that these salmon are, there's a noble, romantic struggle these fish go through every year. And in a pristine environment, it seems like that's their place. But in a small urban stream in your backyard, when you see them there struggling to make it home, it kind of hit home with me then that this is an animal worth protecting. And at that point in time, I started moving forward to with working with salmon and working with fisheries, volunteering a number of projects, and here I am, 25 years later. I still fully understand the value of education and bringing young people to these places to show them the salmon. And once you see and you can develop an appreciation for how wonderful they are, my hope is that people can develop a sense of awareness, appreciation, and a desire to protect and enhance and conserve these species. As a footnote, I'd like to add also that Laurentian Creek now, the portion of creek I'm talking about, despite dozens of years of protection from students and teachers in the community, now falls under over half a mile of steel culvert. There are no salmon left in that stream. No salmon move upstream to spawn where they did before. There's nothing but Starbucks and big box stores, etc., and a massive parking lot over top where that creek once stood. So I come here now and I look in other places, the river, where we do have salmon still, and there are in healthy numbers and in not a pristine but a very well looked after environment. I think it's really important we can look at the mistakes we've made in other areas and do our best to protect them up here.